Playing Pizza Tower is like visiting home, going to your favorite local pizza place, and the pizza tasting even better than you remember. It's very heavily inspired by the beloved Wario Land series and definitely evokes a feeling of nostalgia for those games, but it also completely eclipses the series that inspired it and goes on to create something remarkably new, interesting, and most of all, fun. Pizza Tower is bursting at its seams with brilliance, creativity, and flavor, and it is absolutely worth your time and attention. Pizza Tower is the debut game from the indie studio Tour de Pizza, who have had this game in the oven since 2018. That time and work has clearly paid off though, because the end result is a platforming game that is fast-paced, mechanically tight, and infinitely replayable. As I mentioned before, Pizza Tower takes very heavy inspiration from the Wario Land series, an influence that it wears proudly on its sleeve, even directly in its marketing. Typically, games that are created as an homage to a single game or series have a tough hill to climb to not only compete with that original work, but also compete with the nostalgic attachment players have to that original work. However, Pizza Tower takes all of the fun parts of the Wario Land games that you loved, bashing through walls, collecting treasures to get a better score, and goofy transformations that alter your moveset. However, it takes this foundation and introduces so many new ideas and polishes what already worked to a T. The main protagonist, named Peppino Spaghetti, is much faster than Wario has ever been and controls incredibly smoothly with many moves at his disposal. He has a very Wario-esque dash that can break through walls, but he can also wall climb, do an aerial uppercut, dive into a roll, do a super jump very reminiscent of the Shine Spark from Super Metroid, dash out of that super jump, perform a stylish parry, and much more. Peppino has an expressive and razor-tight moveset that makes platforming super fun, fast-paced, and skill-intensive. Even after completing the game, I feel like I've only scratched the surface of how this moveset can be optimized. You can absolutely tell that the developers worked incredibly hard to get Peppino to control incredibly smoothly, and you can also see this attention to detail in each and every level in this game. Pizza Tower features over 20 levels to platform through, each with its own distinct mechanics and aesthetics. In one level, you'll see yourself dashing through a saloon, racing a rocking horse. In another, you'll be flying across a farm using Mort the Chicken from the PlayStation 1. Then in the next, you're playing golf. There's also tons of transformations and status effects very similar to the Wario Land games, where you'll see Peppino getting caught by a rocket or smashed into a pizza box. Some of these transformations are better than others, but they're typically a really fun change of pace that makes each level distinct. I don't want to spoil too many of these levels since you really should play them for yourself, but just know that each one is brimming with creativity and variety that keeps you guessing. They're truly phenomenal playgrounds to dash around and rack up combos. Yeah, that's right, Pizza Tower has a combo system. To rack up a high score, you'll need to defeat as many enemies as you can without letting the combo timer run out. You can keep the combo timer from counting down by collecting toppings and defeating enemies quickly and consistently, which is much easier if you're moving fast. This focus on momentum and precise platforming through these obstacle courses is what makes Pizza Tower so captivating. It's an intensely fun balance of exploration and maintaining speed to keep up your combos that I found myself analyzing the footage of my first playthrough, trying to find new ways to optimize my speed and keep combos alive for longer. There are tons of secrets to find as you dash through these levels too. There are the 5 top-ins that need to be rescued in every stage. There's a janitor that you can find who will unlock a secret room with a level's treasure inside. There are 3 secret rooms in each level where you can get tons of bonus points and so much more. Every inch of these levels is teeming with secrets to find, and you're incentivized to find and collect all of it. But these secrets never feel like they break the pace of the game to find. It's so much fun and encourages you to replay these levels over and over again, trying to get a better combo and eventually get the best rank possible. And the best part about these levels is when you reach the end, destroy this pillar, and start pizza time. During pizza time, you'll run backwards through the level to escape. Very similar to the escape sequences in Wario Land 4, but pizza time makes Wario Land's escape sequences feel like a leisurely stroll through Central Park in comparison. This is such a rewarding payoff for completing the level thus far, because now all of that exploring, all of that platforming you've done until this point culminates into an intense, fast-paced sequence where you feel adequately prepared to dash out as fast as possible while also keeping your combos going. You've got to move fast too, because if the timer runs out, you'll be chased by this sentient pizza, aptly named Pizza Face, who will cause you to fail the level if he catches you. If you really want to challenge yourself to get the coveted P rank, there's a portal towards the end of the level that will send you back to race through the level again on a second lap, with some incredible music to boot. Getting the P rank is so challenging but so rewarding when you pull it off. To get a P rank, you need to keep a combo going throughout the entire level, clearing all secrets, getting the treasure, and completing the second lap while meeting the score requirement for an S rank. This is so tough, but it never feels unfair. It's the sort of challenge that makes you want to keep coming back over and over to maximize your combos and improve your movement, and Pizza Tower rewards that effort that you put in with gameplay that feels like a continuous rush of dopamine. There's also bosses too. Each floor of the tower has its own unique boss fight, and they are certainly a nice change of pace from the main levels that keep the fun flowing. The fights definitely get better as the game progresses too. I mean, you even fight a parody of Domino's old mascots, the Noids, named The Noise, and he's just genius. Pizza Tower does not stop serving up fantastic, engaging levels with new and interesting mechanics that keep you guessing throughout its entire runtime. Pizza Tower also has personality in spades. Its graphics aren't anything super remarkable from a technical perspective. The sprite work here is rather simplistic, but it's very clearly deliberate to evoke that feeling of wacky 90s cartoons like Rocko's Modern Life or Courage the Cowardly Dog. The characters look like they jumped off of a pizza box, and their animations are so goofy and chock full of character, almost as if they're made up entirely of smear frames. While the art style is simplistic, I think it works to build a very unique, lovable style that places lots of focus and emphasis on the gameplay and the feeling of running fast. The music slaps too. It's very funky and groovy with catchy MIDI bass lines that sound like they're fresh off the Sega Genesis, but in its own uniquely infectious style that makes it stand out from other games with chiptune bangers. For example, in one of my favorite levels, Refrigerator Freezerator, what a name, has a really nice, chill, but still groovy tune in its first half. But in its second half, the same leitmotif returns, but in a faster pace with a more intense drum beat that makes you feel like the ice is cracking beneath your feet. The music to this game is so good for the entirety of its runtime, and if you've liked what you've heard thus far, you should definitely give the soundtrack a listen on Bandcamp. The aesthetics of this game follow its gameplay design philosophy, wearing your heart and influences on your sleeve, but fine-tuning the best parts of those works to create a game that feels nostalgic, yet also ahead of its time. Pizza Tower has quickly joined my repertoire of games that I will not shut up about. I was instantly sold on its premise, knowing its inspirations, but after playing it, I think that it has honestly surpassed the games that it looks up to in so many ways. It's fast, it's fluid, and most of all, it's fun. I highly recommend picking this game up on Steam. It's affordable and can run on pretty much any PC, so you should likely have no problems jumping in on any machine. Pizza Tower is going to be one of those games that I replay over and over again, and it may be early to say this, but I do think that Pizza Tower is one of the best games that will release this year. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing to the channel. The vast majority of people who watch my videos aren't subscribed, and subscribing is completely free and helps me to make more videos like this one. It really does make a huge difference, and you can always change your mind later. Thanks again for watching. I really appreciate it, and I hope that you have a great rest of your day.